Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you're all doing excellent. Today we're going to attempt to quiet down the FC.
It's loud.
It sure is. And while that might be fun on a track day, for a street car, it really sucks. So, let me show you what we got right here. Boom, boom, boom. So we have a Vibrant, just like our current muffler setup, but we have an actual muffler. It's still 3-inch. It's their street power muffler, so it has a tip as well and is shaped like a normal muffler. So we're going to go ahead and try and get this on. We're going to go first and do our best to show you a decibel meter of how it sounds right now.
Just a good free app off the App Store. See what happens.
Top rated app on the Google App Store.
Exactly, that's what we're going for.
Alright, cool. Let's check it out.
So here we go, just a base test of me talking. You can see it jumps quite high actually, about 80 decibels just from talking, max 74. So we're going to go ahead here, once we get the FC started and pulled into the garage, we can get an accurate reading from how loud it is outside the car and inside the car.
Alright, so we're going to use our decibel meter to take a few measurements to give a couple ideas of how loud it is right now. Take it at idle, behind the car and in the car, and then we're going to rev it up to about 2,000 RPM from behind the car, and then we're going to go for a quick little drive inside the car, and then we'll do it after we install the exhaust and see how much of a difference we can get.
So for the idle here, we're reading about 83 to 84 decibels at idle from maybe 15 feet back. So now he's going to rev it to 2,000 RPM. Let's see what happens. Minus the little stall there, it jumped up to about 86, 87 decibels. Okay, so now we're inside the car here, and you can see it's starting to peak up above 90, 103. Yeah, definitely in the 90s. 106, 112.
As you can tell, very, very loud. What we have here is we have a Vibrant, super quiet exhaust muffler. Probably works a lot better on non-rotary, but we welded on this downturn because here you can see there was a little bit of flameage. Came up and got the bumper, and also try and quiet it down, which did help. And so the measurements of volume we took were from with this on. Before we put this on, it was quite a beast. The other thing we need to do is when we first built the exhaust, we didn't have these wheels on it. And you can see here, clearance is very, very tight. So we want to adjust the angle that this comes out by shortening the straight section here so that this back can swoop in a little bit and get a better angle for the exhaust in general. And then we'll see how it goes, and we can hopefully fit that street power muffler right up in here. For now, we need to let her cool after our little rip, so we'll be back at this in just a few minutes. What you thinking about down there?
I'm just thinking about how to redesign it. Like how to make it a little bit better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Got some ideas?
Not too far off of what we're gonna do.
Okay.
So it should be fine. Now it's just waiting for it to cool because everything is still kind of a little warm.
Yeah. Okay, well, do you want to maybe mark some stuff with a paint marker for distance? Want to take some measurements?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, cool. Here she comes. All right. So we're going to attempt to modify this one for better fitment and get that street power muffler on here. All right, so it's time to cut her apart. We're going to start right here. Okay, so it's been a little while of planning, cutting. We have the muffler kind of roughly placed in here. It does need to come back. We're working with it there, but first thing we're going to do is, this is part of the stock hanger system for the FC exhaust. It is a 3-inch version of it, but what we're going to do is weld this straight onto there so we can hold it better in place for clearance and make sure it's not going to move around. And then when we mount that up, it'll give us a nice solid angle for knowing exactly where we want to position that muffler. Alright, so we were able to get everything lined up, great clearance, everything looks good, except unfortunately the muffler goes in there rather shallow, which still leaves the bumper in danger, but we're going to go ahead and get an extension on there if everything sounds good and we like this setup. But for now, just going to tack this in place the way we have it so we can bring it out and weld it.
Yup.
Okay?
We're framed up.
You framed up.
We're framed up.
You framed up.
We're time to blow her to hell.
Okay. Here's the monstrosity we've been working on. Back to our new muffler. So we do still have the resonator in here. And yeah, you can see if we can make this sound good. I mean, this is a really straight exhaust. This is high flowing, good for power. So Jeff's going to go ahead and finish welding these pipes back together. Then we'll get the exhaust hangers on and hopefully fire her right up. Well, that was kind of nice sitting on the front welding into sunset, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a romantic welding experience.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel about doing your second take on this custom exhaust?
A lot better. Welds look a lot better. They're all the way full penetration, ready to go. It's a lot easier once we peeled back some of that powder coating that was on the muffler. So we're ready to let her rip, Tater Chip.
Cool. So we just need to get the hangers put on there.
Yep.
And then slap her in there, fire her up.
Let her cool first, then slap her in there and fire her up.
Okay, cool. Alright, so Jeff finished up the last few welds out here, putting our exhaust hangers on the muffler. In addition to all that nice stuff, I'm going to go ahead and throw a brand new gasket in there so we don't have any exhaust leaky sounds coming from underneath. And then we're going to go ahead and give you a follow-up on the decibel-o-meter test.
I got a dingleberry in my ear and it burned.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Piece of hot slag went in Jeff's ear. But hopefully it'll be okay.
It should be, but it's warm still.
Oh boy.
Okay, alright. Let's see how she sounds.
Okay. Alright guys, so it's the next day. We ran out of light and energy last night and couldn't get a good shot of the exhaust anyway, so let me show you how it's looking. It is very tucked under there and very tight, so that's about as far back as we can get it mounted, but we do need to get it to lower down a little bit. So I'm going to make some adjustments here to let it hang lower with the hangers. And then we're going to add an extension pipe, paint it up to match this flat black, and then hopefully get a finished product. Alright, so these exhaust hangers I was using are just not big enough. So actually it's zip tied on right now to the mounting points where we're going to have it, but it looks much better. Plenty of clearance there. And we'll find some exhaust hangers. We'll match something up at Cragen or O'Reilly or something. It's a little bit longer. Or we'll adjust the mounting points a little bit, but we've got it where we want it. So now we can get a little exhaust tip fashioned up, since this is definitely not going to protect the bumper like that. There it goes. Okay. So this is going to allow us to extend our exhaust tip. Perfect. How's that?
Yeah, we should leave it like that. Just a huge blast pipe.
Bosuzoku style.
Don't have to worry about flames eating your exhaust or your bumper anymore.
And we can keep people off our tail, no tailgate.
Sure.
Yeah, perfect. Alright. So now we'll mark this up and get it cut. I'm thinking something cool like angle. And even if this isn't perfect, when we get it on a chop saw and we line it up,
yeah,
we'll get an exact angle.
Exactly, just be a straight cut.
Yeah. And so this is the top basically, but we can rotate it to wherever the top of it is.
As long as it kind of, goes along that line, then we're good.
Now I just gotta get her off.
Keep hope. There we go.
Nope. There we go. Okay. Cool. So now we'll take this, get it chopped up, and then tack it, spray it. We should be good. So we're taking a quick trip down to Mexico to get that exhaust pipe cut at a nice angle. But since we're in the car in the Z with Jeff, we had an interesting development over the last week. Jeff realized that this boost controller, the whole time he's been driving the car, has never been on. So apparently you have to hit select when you get in the car each time to make sure it's controlling the boost.
So this entire time it's been running off wastegate pressure, and then when I want to get on it now,
I forgot to see what boost we were at because I was crapping my pants. Wow, wait. Yeah.
it goes faster. It goes a lot faster when you run more boost. You think it wouldn't, but turbo spool, higher boost, faster.
Wow. So the magic button has been found. Alright, we're back from Mexico and ripping it in the Z. We got our little custom exhaust tip all set up down here. Looks great from the side angle. So we just finished flapper wheeling some bare spots in the black powder coat so Jeff can tack this exhaust tip basically on. And then we're going to go ahead and give you a sound comparison and a little driving test.
Alright guys, so as you can see from that startup, it's already quieter. And I just want to point out that, man, that sunlight's making this difficult. That exhaust now is straight back. Before it was angled down to make it quieter, which it did. But this right here, once again, is angled straight back and it's quieter. That's good news right there. You can see the decibels right there. And as he revs it up, the change in decibels is like 4 or 5. Alright, so now we're doing the in-car shot here, and you can see that the decibels are pretty much almost the same as inside as outside. A little lower obviously, but still in the 80s range. With some whirly boys. Alright, 90s, low 100s.
So got the new version 2 of the custom exhaust made. Of course, couldn't do it without your help, Jeff. Thank you very much for welding all that up. You did all the hard work. So thank you very much. We are still noticing a good amount of noise inside the car. It's coming into the cabin behind the firewall right here, and it sounds sputtery like an exhaust leak. So we're thinking it might be the V-band right behind the turbo to the downpipe. So that's very good timing for us to address that, because coming up next we are going to be dealing with the heat management for the turbo and the downpipe. So we're going to be wrapping the downpipe. We have some great heat shielding for the exhaust manifold and the turbo, the compressor, or the turbine. And we're going to be putting in some exhaust gas temperature sensors as well, in more preparation for dyno day and tuning. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, when they ask you, tell them you want more.
This car is really, really fast.
Working on 90